Imagine yourself 20 pounds lighter in 8 weeks. Time Fitness program is designed to lose weight and tone your body at the same time. After each workout, you'll enjoy a 15-minute sauna to burn more calories, reverse the aging process, boost your metabolism, and enhance detoxification. Get a free protein smoothie after each session and a free Time Fitness shirt. Stop procrastinating. TimeFitness.com. 773-458-5084.
Good morning. Good morning. I hope you all can hear me well. Happy Saturday. Woo, we got a lot going on this day today. We got a lot going on this weekend. I have a very special guest in the house with me on today. Let's try to get into the camera. You all, it is Father's Day weekend, and I want to say happy Father's Day to all of the fathers. I want to celebrate and salute all of our dads for being great fathers. Those of you that's being great fathers, even those that are kind of like slacking off a little bit, if you know what I mean. But know that you all are loved and appreciated, because guess what? Men are just the missing piece to the woman's life, to the children's life, to the world. So I want to salute all of the men on today. And also I want to say happy Juneteenth. I want you all to celebrate in peace. Let's celebrate our freedom in peace. So I won't go too long on this morning before I bring our special guest up and allow him to speak. But you all, today has been a real interesting morning, a great start off for me. I started off this morning in worship, as I normally do. I started off this morning in the gym. I'm so proud of myself. I just had to throw that out there. I started off this morning in the gym. I started off doing what? Taking care of myself, focusing on me, being into me, so that I can make sure that I will be able to be here for you all. So, remember, we can't be here for others if we're not there for ourselves. But guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to tell you all this special guest's name, and his name is Time Fitness, Mr. Fitness of Time Fitness, aka Time. Want to say hello?
Good morning, world. How y'all doing?
So listen, you all, we are totally in for a special treat on this morning. I wanted Mr. Fitness to come in to help us to talk to the men on this morning. I do the show and it's entitled Dhat Girl, and we're always talking about the girls. But like I said, all of the girls need a man in our life. All of our girls need not just a husband, boyfriend, but a solid person to be in your life, just to help us out. So I wanted to just give you all some encouragement. Mr. Fitness is not only is he a father, but he is a mentor. He is definitely a motivator, a motivating speaker. He is definitely a person of great character and integrity. He is a father of four.
Correct.
He's a father of 4 children, and he has a godfather of many, and he has so many different spiritual children that clings to him. Those that he has known from little children, and those that he has just met as adults. So I wanted to bring him on this morning. Can you tell us what age were you when you first became a dad? That's
about 21.
21. So you're able to reach all ages of the fathers on this morning. At the age of 21, how was it, if you can think back that far, not so far back, you're not there. How was it becoming a father at an early age?
It was challenging. It took some getting used to. It was fun to have a child. But what I didn't know is the big responsibility comes with having kids. That part I wasn't ready for. I had to grow into that, and it's ups and downs. It's process, it's steps. You have to be consistent, just like with anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it was with that. I always been in my eyes, a good father. Even my kids' eyes, a good father until this day, and they well in their 30s.
So, what can you say to our men on this morning? Um, that's fathers and that's struggling with being fathers. When I say struggling with being fathers, um, they don't know how to fit in into their children's lives. Some of them are single dads, and then we have some who've left the home for whatever reason. But those dads are struggling to fit into their child's life.
Well, they just have to start being a father, start doing father things, spending time with them, talking to them more, discipline them. Don't let the kids have their way. That's what's wrong with the kids these days. Most parents is their friends. They're not their fathers, and they're not their mothers. They're their friends. Even the grandmamas, they friends. So what you do is you hinder the kids. Uh, you slow down their growth, and that's it. You start being a father. A father is more than that. You also have to be a role model. The kids have to see you as a role model. So I mean, you got to constantly do role model things, which is called discipline, and the kids will take heed to that, and just be consistent with it. That's all. Be consistent with it.
Right, I agree with that. Don't be in and out of their life. We have so many fathers who
Yeah.
come in and out when there's a situation with mothers. And I want to say this part as the female in this conversation: mothers, don't use your children to get even with the fathers. Don't use your children to get money from the fathers. You all have to be able to co-parent, and I think that's one of the things that's going on in the world today with our children that's acting out. And I'm going to say acting out because they're totally out of character, things that we used to wouldn't. They're doing things we wouldn't even think about doing today. And I believe that's because I have a couple of people that I'm associated with that's single moms, and they're so frustrated because a lot of times dad will say he's coming, but he doesn't come.
Right. And and fathers, vice versa. Don't use the kids to get back at the mother. Don't like you're not gonna do for the kid, because you and the mother ain't together. That's petty. If you're gonna be a father, you have to be a father.
Mm-hmm.
A father means there for life. Uh, Even like I said, my kids is like 38, 37, 32. I'm still a father. I'm a father to other kids that not my blood because of my character. They just draw to me, and so fathers, you have to be a father all the time, not when you mad at the mother.
Mm-hmm.
You don't what you just said. You don't come pick the kids up in spite. You have to get past that. The kid didn't have to be here.
Point, right?
Right.
And what I've also witnessed a lot of kids being put in the middle of the parenting, meaning to ask your father this or tell your mother this. The kid is being used to communicate because the parents are not able to come together and communicate. And I think that puts so much pressure on these kids. I watch them. You all know what I do for a living. Have an in-home daycare center, and I watch the kids that are treated like that. It makes them have different mood swings,
Yeah.
because they're being put into a position where they're forced to be grown
Yeah.
to make
Yeah.
grown up decisions or be privy to grown up information.
Right. Right. Um. And fathers, when you're speaking to the mothers, don't speak to the mothers in front of the kids. See, the kids mimic what they see and what they hear. You know, and it takes a lot of discipline to be a good father. A good father gonna say no to almost everything, and that's the problem with fathers and mothers. They do the opposite. In order for the kid to grow and be productive down the road, you got to say no to almost everything. It's helping the kids. but we do the opposite. So we really hurt the kids. And what you just said, stop putting the kids in the middle of it. It mess with their psyche.
It does.
They don't know which way to go. Stop it.
I had one of my children that say they didn't know if they wanted to live with their mom or to live with their dad. They didn't know which one of them they loved the most.
Mm-hmm.
And it's things like that. One of the kids, he calls the little girls in the daycare. He's so mean. He'll fight them, or he'll call them names things that he shouldn't say to the little girls.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that I believe is learned behavior.
Yeah, it's some of that, and it's also no structure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of both. Most of these kids these days, they don't have no structure. The parents don't whoop them, or they're afraid to whoop them, or it just the kids. A lot of kids is basically out of control, and it takes a father, a real stern father, to get their kids under control, and that's what a lot of them is missing, or the father is in the house, and the parents and the kids don't respect him.
Yes.
I know a lot of that. I know a lot of guys, unfortunately, they just there. The kids do not respect them. So in order to get respect, you have to really get your life together. Once you get your life together, they will respect you. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard. Because see, kids watches.
They do.
That's how they learn. They don't learn no other way. Kids is mean. Where they get the meanness from? They get the meanness from the mother or the father.
Mm-hmm. What they see at home.
Yes. And where they get the language from? What they hear.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely time, you all. We're talking about the kids this, the kids that, but I think we have to look in that mirror first, because like you just said, where did the kids get all of this behavior from? Remember some months ago in the news, a 6-year-old boy had a gun, took the gun to school and shot the teacher. How did the boy even learn how to use a gun? Yeah. How did he get the courage to fire a gun?
Yes.
Those are things that our children are being taught in the home. And like you say, sternness has to come from the male.
Yes.
The male is the ones that God created to train up and to build the kids. We are the nurturers, women. We are the ones that nurture and love them, back to health and be there for them. But the fathers, that's who God created. We have to remember that God didn't just allow me to create the baby by myself. It took two of us. So it's going to take two of us to raise the kid.
Yes, like I was saying earlier, the father got to say almost no to everything.
Mm-hmm.
It must. The kid got to get into his head. With my kids, and they's growing up, they had to earn it. I said no to almost everything. And I got after my kids. I whooped my kids. I really whooped my kids. And my kids love me to death today, because I instilled certain habits into them that they use later on in life to make them move forward. I wasn't never their friend. Never. And that's the problem.
That's the main problem.
Everybody.
That's a good point.
The thing with men and women, we always trying to satisfy the kids. No, the kids must earn it.
Mm-hmm.
And let me go off track for a second. One thing about rich people, and I believe all of us is listening, and we're gonna be rich. That's a process. That's another story. What rich people do, they don't promise to leave their kids no money. They make their kids work. They work for what they earn. That toughens them up. See, when you constantly giving your kids something, you making them weak. You don't have no idea how you making them weak, because they ain't gotta earn it. So when they grow up, they have this same habit. See, one thing about habits, men, women, they will follow you the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. So you have to give them good habits. You just can't just give them something. You just can't give them a phone. You just can't give them a tablet. Let them earn it. You just can't buy Jordans.
Yeah, that's what
Let them earn it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why these kids are so timid now. You got to make them earn it. You got to toughen them up. And it really takes a father and a strong mother. My mother was strong. She had 4 of us. It was just her. The daddy came around every blue moon. See, I had to discipline myself, and it's not easy because I didn't have a father in my life. He came around every blue moon and gave us a couple dollars, and that was it. So I had to discipline myself, and what disciplined me was sports. That kept me on track. Later on in life, I went off the rail, but I got back on. But it's special when they like from 3, because these kids is tough at 3. From 3 to like 16, the father has to be around. They have to be around.
And that leads me to my next question. I was going to ask you, do you think that is the problem today with what's going on with our children, because the father's not in the home? I was brought up in a home with my father there, and there was certain things that he did and that he told us, and he would sit down and at certain times and talk with me, and there's certain things and times that he said no, and the kids are going to ask their mother, and the mama say, well, what did your daddy say? This is how it should go. But now today, the mother is going over the head of the father. If the father tell him, give me the phone, you can't have the phone. The mother sneaking the phones, and it's not, like you said, it's not united. So do you think that that's a part of what's going on with our children today, that the father is not there in the home consistently versus the ones, do the kids that have the father in the home every day turn out different than the ones who does not? Let's do it that simple.
To a point, yes. Especially if they got a stern father, they would turn out a lot better. They'll be more healthier, because a lot of fathers, just take me, you're not going to eat all that junk. You're not just going to do what you want to do. See, a lot of kids without just the mama, and the mother do their best, because a lot of times the mother got to be the breadwinner. They got to take them to school, bring them home to school, work. So kudos to all mothers. Now, don't get me wrong, but the father got to be around, or a strong uncle, something like that. Someone a strong male figure, put it that way. That can be the mama's boo or whatever. If he's a strong male figure, he has to be around, and he don't have to holler. Like I say, it's your action. See, actions is words, not words. Words is used to deceive people. If you walk around with that strong action and that strong presence, I'm telling you, them kids will not.
Most dads don't. You're right.
Them kids will not get out of line, because they will see you do not play. You are nice, but you are stern. And that's what a lot, at least 90% of the households is missing that. Even they got fathers in the house, and the kids do not just run over them, because the father ain't showing that sternness. He ain't showing that what I call power. See, a man has to have power, and the man has to show power. And the kids see that, they would get in line. So the household is really missing that. Really missing that. One more thing. And most kids don't have a role model. They don't have a male role model. They need role models. Is so important. Repeat, they are so important. And most kids don't have that. They role models what they see on TV. A little Dirk now, little baby.
Yeah,
that's their role model. They don't have a role model. I talk to kids all the time, like, so your father in your life? No, I haven't seen my father. Some people haven't never seen their father.
That's true. That is so sad.
And then the ones who do see their father, if the father have to pay child support, they don't want nothing else to do with the kid, or don't want to give the kid an extra dollar. But the mama needs the child support to help feed the family. But a lot of men is weak-minded. And not men, talking to you now. You got to strengthen your mind. And that's something that comes from within. That comes from discipline. That comes from within. Forget about what the mama got the money. If the kid needs shoes and you just pay child support, buy the shoes.
Come on now, talk.
What's the difference? I heard so many stories where I just gave your mama the money. Your mama got the money. Mama done took the money and helped pay the rent. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand certain men. We are so weak. We have to straighten ourselves up, and the kids will respect you more.
They will, and I think it's because of that um, attitude that a lot of the fathers have. It's leading the kids out in the street to provide for themselves.
Yes.
Because the mother cannot afford to get them what they see their friends having, and she can't afford to put them in, like here the activities and things that like you said, the kids need. So it's pushing our kids out here looking for things, looking for monies, looking for love, looking for discipline in all the wrong places.
Yes.
And I believe, I don't know about it, I believe that if you're out selling drugs, or if you're a part of a gang, that there's rules.
Yes.
There's street rules. I'm not a street person, but
yes. Yes. They just use these young kids. But like we were saying, if a father is there with some backbone, not just there, with some backbone, and the kid respect them, they'll be a lot better. They'll be a lot healthier. Their grades will be a lot better. They'll be a lot calmer. It's just so much difference when a man figures around. It's night and day. If a man figure around, the kids ain't gonna be having those people over their house.
True.
They ain't gonna be running in and out the house all times of night. They ain't gonna be talking crazy, because if a real man is in the house, they ain't talking crazy. Like I used to tell my kids, I can't control how you think, long as I don't hear it.
Right.
I can't control what's in your mind. You can say whatever's in your mind. And not, men got to be stern. Certain example, my kid, they'll come to me with something crazy, and I tell them, listen, you better get out my face. And they immediately get up and get out my face, because they know what's coming. No more words. But kids don't fear that.
They don't fear it anymore.
They don't fear that these days. Parents don't talk to them like that. And ain't nothing wrong with talking to them like that. Because one thing about a man, you have to stand your ground. You can't let kids run over parents these days. Stop letting these kids run over you all, men and women. I never did that. Them kids love me to death right now. Even the one in heaven. So, men gotta have backbone.
And I think that's why they think that they can go out in the street and disrespect authority, disrespect teachers, disrespect adults, period, because they're allowed to get away with it at home.
Right.
So they're not being taught morals. We're talking and we're celebrating Father's Day on today, but I wanted to do it in a way that can really open the eyes and ears of the fathers to do just what Mr. Fitness is telling you guys. Get in your place. God created you to be the man.
Right.
God created you to be the head. Take your position and stop allowing the woman to run the household.
Right. And most men do that.
And most men do it.
I hear so many stories. I just bring the check home and give it to her, and whatever she do, it's okay with me. And then I heard all type of horror stories with that concept. Because sometimes, the woman stray off. I heard stories where the woman went and gambled the money away, and they lost the house. So the man, if you don't be a man, you got to be the man. And that's just how I go. It's like with me, whatever relationship, I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm just the man all the way. I'm never soft. I'm nice, but I'm not soft. It's a difference between nice and soft.
Yeah.
You got to stand strong. And another thing, men, if you ain't in the gym, get in the gym, please.
I tried to spare y'all. I tried. I knew it was gonna come.
Yes, I can't. That's my life. I couldn't let that back. I can't let that back. Get in the gym.
Yes.
That helps a lot in your life. That helps a lot with the kids. See, a lot of times, kids see you out of shape and you got a belly and you look weak, they'll try you. That's just how they go. They won't fear you. Get in the gym so you can stand up to them and for your health. The kids, they will not try you.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
kids, they'll try you. They see you laying around drinking pop, drinking beer, drinking liquor,
Mm-hmm.
eating ham hocks and pork all day. They're not gonna respect you. I'm sorry. Don't stone me. You know, don't just like the Paul told the Galatians in 3:16. Have I now became your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
You
Mm-hmm.
have to get in the gym. You gotta see what the gym do. It change your thinking. It makes you raise your standard. Then you can raise your household standard. See, you can't do nothing if you ain't straight. You can't. How could you lead?
Right.
And you ain't doing lead things. First thing when you do lead things is your health. Get your health together. And trust me, that will go a long way. That will go a long way. You must trust me on this. Your health is your wealth, not money. For some reason, we get that twisted. Men, go to the doctor. See, all that matters. See, men, we must start digging our graves with our teeth. How could you make healthy decisions? How could you be a role model and you in bad health? It don't work like that, man. See, all this go hand in hand. Y'all need to give me a call, 773-458-5084. Let me help you get on track. I guarantee you in 6 months, your household look a lot different. I guarantee you.
That's really like the starting place. First of all, have a relationship with God. Because if you don't have anyone to be accountable to, you got to give an account to somebody as well, men. This is my thinking.
No.
You have your relationship with God, that will convict you when you're laying around the couch, or if you decide to smoke blunts with your sons and daughters, or you decide to drink with them. You got to have somebody to be accountable to. So I would say have a relationship with God, to have your home, let that be your foundation of your home. And then to make sure that you take care of your body, because you're not as patient.
No.
Like you said, you can't think as clear.
No.
You don't get the respect that you're wanting. So
No.
It causes chaos in the home. You were supposed to be treated a certain kind of way.
Right.
But the wife finds disrespect because she see you, not loving yourself. If you want to be treated a certain kind of way, let's just say this, you got to treat yourself the way you want to be treated. And if you're going to be the head of anybody's household, and if you're going to be the key factor in anybody's life, it does start with you.
People only see you how you see yourself. Listen, how you take care of yourself shows how you value yourself. Y'all need to write that down.
Oh, that was good. Say that again.
How you take care of yourself shows you how you value yourself. And people only see you how you see yourself. However you see yourself, people see you the same way. If you see yourself big and out of shape, eating donuts and drinking coffee with 10 scoops of sugar, that's how people see you. And your kids see you like that. So you have to be a role model. I tell myself all the time, I'm a role model for the world. The world see me. And I tell people all the time, what you do in private show up in public.
Definitely gonna show up in public.
What you eat in private, you wear in public.
That's true.
So men, first of all, get your relationship with God, then start getting on top of your game. It starts with your health. And give me a call. I can help you with all that. 773-458-5084. Had to get that shot in again.
Listen, I'm sitting here thinking it's getting hot. The summer months are coming. What's your take on mentoring and for those young people? Because this is how I made it. I had 4 kids on my own, a single mom, excuse me, by the time I was 29. Don't talk about me, you all. But my son had his baseball coach. He had the basketball coach. He had the deacons at the church. He had a lot of different, like you said, positive role models that was not their biological dad. What is your take on those people? What shoes that walk in those shoes?
Um, I'll just talk about your son for a minute. You really got a nice son at 25 or 26, and it shows that he had positive men in his life besides his father.
Mm-hmm.
Use me. The only reason I got through high school, I think, is basketball team and my coach, Mr. Henry and Mr. Bullis. Because, like I
Mm-hmm.
said earlier, my father wasn't in my life. You know, my mother didn't have too many men hanging around us. So it was them and a little bit of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that if ain't no father in the kid's life, the mother have to try to get them involved in programs. And you have to research the program. You probably got to research the coach. You got to check these
You got
jokers
it.
out.
Yes. Yes.
Praise the Lord. Look at the preachers. The priests. Look at a few preachers. We ain't gonna call no name. And one of them in heaven right now. But uh, the Girl Scout, the Boy Scout. So you got to check these people out before you just can't. You just can't. And what y'all do, just throw them and get them in their hand so y'all can go. So y'all can go. You don't
That's
know
true.
what these men doing. So
Mm-hmm.
check them out first. Check out the team. Check it out for you before you trust your kids with these people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's important. If ain't no men around, hopefully they got a strong uncle,
Mm-hmm.
that they'll respect. See, kids ain't gonna listen to no one they don't respect. That's one. They not
People
gonna
not gonna
listen.
listen to nobody.
People ain't gonna listen. So kids ain't gonna listen to no
Mm-hmm.
one they don't respect. So you have to find that. And mothers, you have to do your part too. Um, you got to be more sterner. I think y'all is way, way, way too lenient on these kids. You have to start saying no and mean it. So it's a combination. But like I
Mm-hmm.
say, if it ain't no man in the house, try to find them to get in some type of program. And
Mm-hmm.
and so what? If you walk up on the men hollering at your kid, trying to get them to do right. Don't get offended and take them out.
And that's what
They
we do.
they need that.
Mm-hmm.
They need a stern voice. And a lot of kids is begging for that because a lot of kids looking over here at James, and James got this stern look, and James doing this. A lot of kids really want to do the right thing, but they
Mm-hmm.
ain't got no one to teach them.
Yeah.
They don't have no one to teach them. Just like people, a lot of people want to lose weight, but they don't know how. So that's what people like me, a fitness coach, and other people is for, to push you. I was just with a client this morning, and she been gone for a couple of weeks for whatever. And she said, you know what? I ain't been eating right. I ain't been doing this. I've been half exercise, and I was putting her through certain things on purpose, and she almost fell out. So what I'm trying to say is, you need someone to show you how to do this. Because if you're trying to do it on your own, it ain't working. Because you've been trying to lose 10 pounds for 10 years. Just be truthful. But it ain't working. So sometimes you need help.
Mm-hmm.
You need That's what people is for, to help one another. So that's my take on the kids. Try to find a role model, a good program, an uncle, with a strong voice. And the mothers, y'all voice got to get a lot deeper. When I mean deep, I mean stronger. Y'all got to say no more.
Mm-hmm.
And who cares about the kids' feelings? See, one thing about us as people, we care about what they think.
Mm-hmm.
If they thinking bad of me, that's one thing I never did. I never cared about those kids, what they think, because I love them too much to care about what they think.
Yeah, that's a
See,
good point.
I was trying to get them to where they at today. Responsible, consistency, uh, growing in discipline. See, I was too busy trying to steal these positive things in them to worry about what they think. I care a hoop about what they think, you know, and it works. Stop worrying about their feelings and start worrying about their future.
Yes, I was just, as you were saying that, I was thinking about you with your your son, a story that you shared with me, how um, you told the police your son had gotten in trouble and they called you and you told the police, but just keep him. And the police told you, you better come and get him or we're going to come and get you. With the activity that our children are doing today, it's crazy. Running into cars, jumping on cars, beating people up in their cars. What can you say, having experienced a child who went through certain difficulties? What can you say to that parent, that father that's like, look, leave, just keep him. I don't want to have nothing to do with him because, I've done all that I know how to do. Just share that story a little bit, how you gave all and what your outcome was.
Well, okay, with that story there, it was just, that was a story. He was a story. Matter of fact, excuse me, we stick something in there for a minute. I'll come back to that in like 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
When you said that, see, I'm a storyteller. I tell stories, and I journal every day little things,
Mm-hmm.
and I forgot all about that. Now I can write that. I can make that out of a story. What she said. I can't wait to get home and journal that. The time we was in, the time Lamont ran away for the 20th time, and the police called me, and I told them those stories. Those stories. I'm a storyteller. Anyway, back to your question. You just got to keep on. It seemed like the more I whooped that boy, he just kept doing it. But I just kept instilling things in him.
Mm-hmm.
I kept instilling things in him. I just hung with it. Because sometimes it do makes you do that. The kids in and out of jail. But you know what? You know what really like changed him? When he got in trouble and they kept him. And he needed money to get out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, nope, it's going to change you. He's like, please, come get me. He want nothing but $2,000. And I was like, nope. And then they sent him to jail for like, I think 6 months or something. And that turned his whole life around. And I told him, listen, this is what we're going to do. Don't call me every day. You call me once a week. When I think you need toothpaste,
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw you $20 in. Tough love.
And that's what our kids are lacking. Say that again. Yes.
Tough love. These
Mm-hmm.
kids don't have no tough love. These kids get the best of everything, and
Mm-hmm.
y'all go broke. Y'all go broke. Buying them kids stuff. And then after 3 days, they don't even use it no more. They don't wear it no more. They don't. I seen firsthand how parents just throw money away with these kids. And it's not making them stronger. So that really changed his life when I made him like he had to stay in jail. I didn't get him out of jail. But growing up, it was really tough. It's kind of hard. I can relate to parents who got these kids who stay out and run away and come in. Maybe sometime when they get like, you gotta show them tough love. If they keep doing that, sometimes you just gotta lock the door and don't let them in.
What about the story when he was just at the table eating and you told him, this time you got to go? See, I'm asking him these questions.
Right, I got to write that down too.
I think that's what we're lacking in the world today.
Tough.
Like you said, tough
love.
And these kids are out here doing what they want to do, how they want to do it. And then they're able, like you said, to come home and lay up and then go back out and then come back and no accountability.
No accountability. You got it. And this time he was like, I don't know, 20, maybe 24, 25. So I'm talking to the grown-ups who got the kids in their house at that age. You got to make them get out. That's how they grow up. And one day he was in the kitchen, right? And I just came out the room and said, hey. He like, hey, Dad. I'm like, you got to get out of here. He like, huh? I said, no, you got to get out of here. You're not growing here. You got to go. You got to go. I got to go. I'm like, yeah, you got to go. And he left and changed his whole world because he is accountable now.
Mm-hmm.
Get away from me. Listen, y'all, most of y'all in church, right? Most of y'all toting Bibles, right? Go to the Bible with Abraham. You know, God told Abraham laying up there kicking it. Because Abraham, his parents was rich. Abraham was way worse than our kids. He was 83, just laying back kicking it, being a bum. And God said, hey, get out of there. He's like, what? Yes, get out of your father's house. At 83, this man was still living with his father.
Whoa.
You know, so my kid was 24, 25. He had to get out. It changed his life. So for the parents who got the kids sitting there, old as dirt, if you at your mama house 24, 25, get them kids out. Regardless, it would change their life. It would make them strong.
See, that's the viewpoint of a father, a strong male figure, because for me, but he's trying to get it together and he's working and he could be in trouble. He could be doing this. I think it's, he's fine, but it makes sense. You know what you're saying?
It makes sense. And then 2 times out of 200, they're not even giving you nothing. No. And then they making money and they still ain't giving you nothing. No. And I mean, that don't make sense. Get them out, make them strong. Like I said, I wasn't never my kids' friend. I can care who, what they thought of me. I can care who about how they feel. It ain't about their feelings. It's about me moving them forward in the future.
We holding on to their wings. We're not pushing them out so they can fly.
Right.
No, that makes
you keep
sense.
them in the nest. Listen, if you know about eagles, see, I love eagles. What the eagles do with the eaglets, when they get so big, they start bringing more sticks in the nest. So what the sticks do is start getting too little, and then they start pushing them out to the edge. And that's how they throw them out the nest. Because they get so far, when they fall, they gotta learn how to fly. So start bringing sticks in your house. Get your kids out. They too big. You cannot live your life like you want to.
No, and
with them big kids. And they taking over your house. They messy. I'm just telling the truth.
You telling the truth.
You know. And you really ain't happy. You know, you want to be happy. You walking around with a false smile. Praise the Lord. How y'all doing? Gunfire going off in your head. You so miserable. Let me leave that alone before I get people mad. But it's just the truth.
No, that's true. But at a certain age, after the parents have done all that they, supposed to do, now it's time for the kids to go out and test the waters to see what did they learn. And that is really a good reason why we need the father. Most of the time, us mothers, we will keep the son in the house until they're 83 and still question when they're
still keep you hit it around the head. And they would stay.
Yes, we will. We will fight with the husband and what conflict in the marriages because the father, the strong fathers, like you're saying, they're stepping up and like, look, you blocking now. This is my woman. Get off my woman. And at some point, it causes, like I said, relationships to, you draw apart from each other because everybody's so involved in the kids. It's the kids. And when is the husband gonna get his wife back?
Yes, your house back. And then some of the men, some of the young men will move the girl in with the 2 kids ain't his.
No, that's true.
So men, come on. I love you, man. I'm a man. It's Happy Father's Day. And we just got to get focused. And if you need any help with anything, your health, your business, just life in general, I'm a life coach. Just give me a call, 773-458-5084. And we can get this thing going.
This is going to be our last topic. The time is running out. We go so fast when we're having fun. I just want to end with this question.
Okay.
Because this is happening all around us. The fathers are active in their son's life, but they still won't listen. And they're still getting caught up into street mishaps. And a lot of our kids are being killed. And I just want to go to probably a sensitive space for you right now, just to help that parent, that father, who they taught. They was there, they disciplined, they were strong, but that son or daughter still made their own choices. Encourage that dad who's thinking about their kid that they no longer have with them.
You just got to keep moving forward. I can relate to that. That you no longer have your kid with you. My oldest son no longer with me, so I get that part. You just got to keep going. Uh, like Abraham Lincoln said, I'm a slow walker. I never look back, and you just have to. It really ain't nothing I can really say it. But with me, okay, let's use me. I just keep going. It's just like I had a moment June 5th. It made 10 years. And he been gone 10 years, and I still had that moment, you know. Um, and special if you did all you can do, like I did. Um, I lost my kid. He was drinking. He had a one car accident, and I can remember like yesterday, years ago. I had to tell him, man, hey, I heard you drinking and you're doing this and you can't do this, and he denied it. And I had to tell him, hey, man, sometimes your decisions can be fatal. And I hate I was right, but you just have to keep going. And even the ones who you got kids and they still like out here doing this, you just have to keep working with them. I would not advise you to give up on them. You know. Now, what I would advise you to do, like if they do happen to get themselves in trouble and go to jail, leave them in there because that will make them grow. Don't get them back out because they don't be ready. I had to learn that. I went to prison like 28 years ago. So I got a book too. I talked about this in my book, how prison changed me. Because a lot of times I talk to people, and a lot of times they be like, yeah, my son was in jail. That's the only time I got sleep. That's the only time I got rest because I knew where he were. You know, use me. When my son had went for those 6 months, I felt a lot of peace because I knew where he were. You know, and sometimes jail can save you. It saved me. It can turn your life around. So you just have to you have to keep working with them. And most important, you got to keep working with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
See, one thing about us people, men and women, we want to diverse everything to everybody else, but we want to tiptoe around the curtain. No, it starts with you. The more you continue to work on yourself, and then what'll happen is the son see you improving and doing this and getting better and working out, eating healthy, better job, running a good business, staying focused, ain't drinking, ain't out here doing this and that. Then they'll start trying to come around, like my son did when he got out of jail. When he got out, I had a transportation business, and I'm like, the business grew, and I'm like, who do I need someone to help me run my business. And then, your second man, the Holy Spirit, God, whoever you want to call, Buddha, whoever, said, your son. And then it's amazing when I called him, he said, Dad, I didn't even know you had a business. And I had a business like for a year. So I brought him on, all this in the book. I gave him a 90-day trial period. See, he was an employee. When he stepped foot with the buses, he employee. He not my son. See, a lot of times we be too easy on our kids. See, I gave him a 90-day trial period, and I told him, dig this here, this how this gonna go. You get 90 days. If I see you doing good in 90 days, you permanent. Matter of fact, you be my business partner. And till this day, you the only business partner I ever had. But to say that is by him seeing me change his life.
Mm-hmm.
It made his life better until he started with that addiction, which was drinking. But man, if you got a kid, they still, doing this and doing that, start working on yourself more. I guarantee you that will help.
Be an example.
You have to be an example.
Mm-hmm.
Action. Now, words is used to deceive people.
We're going to close out with this last comment that I just read. What would you tell people who say they don't have time to work out?
That's a excuse. And that's procrastination. And I used to always thought procrastination was making an excuse. But as I started, doing my thing, doing my more studying and learning more, it's also procrastination is also fear. Because most people don't think they can do it. So most people do everything to keep from exercising because that's their excuse. I don't have time. You got time. It's a lot of ways you can do. You can exercise. You ain't got to be in the gym. You do, but if it's that bad, you can start in your home. Buy you a bike. Call me. I can instruct you. If you out of town, I can show you. Buy a bike. Buy a treadmill. Start doing a jumping jack. Walk around the block. Park your car. Don't park your car up to the door. Stop getting to work early and park your car to the door. Park your car way back. Start using the stair. Eat apples. Put down potato chips. Eat salads. Leave hot wings alone. It's a whole lot of ways you can get started. Even if you just start eating half of your food and put the other half away for 3 hours, I usually don't tell nobody this unless you're my client. But that girl, hey, I'm telling you, if you put half of your food away, come back, eat the other half, you'll lose weight. What this will do is you got to trick the body. The body, you eat the half, it's going to take that and use it up. So the body don't still want to eat. So it's going to start eating off you. Most people don't lose weight because they stay full. Keep stuff out your mouth so much. That's how you stop. If you stay full, the body can't eat off you. Only way you lose weight is when the body eats off you. The less you eat, the more the body gonna eat off you. I hope that makes sense. I gotta go, but if you need more information, 773-458-5084. Do not procrastinate. It is a lousy habit.
I hope you all have enjoyed this show. And I'm so grateful that Mr. Fitness was available because I got him just a couple of days to agree to come on with us because I felt the need to talk to the men on this one. I felt the need to have someone who could really honestly relate in all areas. So we'll do this again, you guys. I'll have him back again just to talk to the men. That girl, one thing that girl understand and know is to be complete and to be whole. What God created and he put it together, that is what you need. And as much as women say, I don't need a man, but a man was created. We were created from a man. So I want to encourage every woman that's watching this show, salute the man in your life on today. Salute your fathers, salute your children's fathers, your baby daddies, whatever it is that you call them, because it really is a blessing to have a powerful and strong man in our lives. You all, I am Sholanda, and I have been your host. We are here every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock doing this right here, motivating, lifting, and just talking and just keeping it real with you about life and situations to help you to tap in. Men, the show is Dhat Girl, discovering the abilities that God created on the inside of you. And I want you all to do that which I encourage the women to do. What did God create you to do before you took things in your own hands? What is it was your purpose to do in your life? Ask yourself that question. What was really my purpose for in life supposed to be before I had a kid young or before I decided to take this job because it was paying good? What is it that you're purposed to do? And let's start working on ourselves so that we can pull that out of you. Again, I hope you all have enjoyed yourself. Get out, get the grill out, get the grill going, men, if you have not already fired it up. Ladies, let's get the sides going. Let's celebrate and let's enjoy our day today because the weather is nice and it seems like it's going to be a great day. Again, I will see you all same day, same time. Until then, I love you all with the love of God and have a great, blessed day. Give Mr. Fitness a call.
Views made on the
458-5084. Until next time, later.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ. WVTC Allsip Chicago.